Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Tremaine here, the most disciplined day trader on YouTube. Looking for lower prices here in NASDAQ. If TradingView's paper trading mechanism wants to work this morning. I know there were some issues with it last week. Well, I hit the short button inside of this inversion fair value gap as we're trading down into it. I'm sure it'll put me in the trade after a while. Stop loss above the highest high in this swing high, and I'm looking for sell side and possibly midpoint of midpoint of Friday's daily wick as a draw. So again, I already want to be short here with my stop above this candlestick's high. I'm waiting for it to put me in the trade, but I guess here, let me do this. For now, I'll just have to do this. Candlestick's high comes in at 254. So we have that. And looking for a midpoint of Friday's wick and sell side. Try it one more time. Yeah, it's not working. Again, I'm on paper this morning because I am done for the year. Oh well, it is what it is. Hopefully it updates and gets me in. But we'll have to manage it the old-fashioned way, I guess. Anticipating this fair value gap to fail, be used as a premium array, meaning I want us to get under it and use it as resistance. All last week, TradingView's paper trading thing has been laggy, really slow. I don't know what's going on with it, but y'all saw me click the sell button and it's not doing nothing, so it is what it is. I'll still manage my stop and do all that as if I was actually in this paper trade, but it's the best we can do this morning. See if I'm in the trade on my phone at least. Nope. Yeah, even the paper trading on mobile devices is acting really wonky. Alright, well that's annoying, but for the sake of visual, I never do this, but for the sake of showing where I got in and what it would look like, and that doesn't even look like a real arrow anyway, but for the sake of visual purposes, we'll just put that fake arrow there because I believe that's the candle as we're trading through the inversion fair value gap. That was my short, so we're gonna have to pretend. All right, so that's nice displacement. Now I'm looking for a potential pyramid entry. So I originally wanted to go in with 3 contracts, and I'll look to pyramid and add 2 more if it gives me the opportunity. Dow looking weak, S&P rotating lower. Dollar index is bullish on the daily. So none of that rally higher off the open. I wasn't interested in any of that. I was just waiting for lower prices. And that's real irritating how TradingView still hasn't put me in the trade. But it's okay. Beautiful displacement. I'm going to trail my pretend stop loss down in just a little bit. And then I want to possibly look to add another contract. So I'm going to trail my stop, which is resting at this swing high. I'm trailing it down above the high end of the inversion fair value gap with a little bit of breathing room. Not going to be too aggressive. So again, I click the button short as we're trading inside this inversion fair value gap. And here I'll even make it more realistic. Let's say spread and all that. Let's say I just got in at the low end and my stop loss is above the inversion fair value gap with a little bit of breathing room. And I want to look to add right there. So that right there, I hit the short button. I want to be short as a pyramid entry. So this would be 3 contracts. This would be 2. So let's do it the ghetto way. And we're just going to drag this bad boy. This is how it would look on TradingView. And we got to get creative this morning. My entry would be short on that candlestick here. And my stop loss stays here. So I pyramided. So you're incurring more risk because you're adding more contracts. But because I trailed my stop loss from here all the way to down here, your risk is really, it hasn't grown. A lot of times it'll stay the same or it'll shrink because I've trimmed my risk down by almost 50 handles. So adding more here doesn't really do much to my initial stop loss. I want to try refreshing. Nah, that probably won't do anything because it's not even working on my phone. But, oh well. I like the bodies. Let's drag this over. And let's just... I like the body staying in the lower half of that fair value gap. So I would be short 5 contracts in total. 3 here, 2 here. And I'll look to take off 2 inside of this inefficiency, 2 underneath the sell side. And that leaves me with 1 contract. I'll say that to see if I can get midpoint of the daily discount wick. So I have a partial set at the high of this fair value gap. Man, this is so ratchet. At the high of this fair value gap, have a partial set at the sell side here. And then midpoint of Friday's wick on the daily chart as my final terminus, best case scenario exit, but it's not required. Dollar index looking very bullish, very strong. Dow rotating lower, S&P rotating lower. Euro dollar looking heavy, so the symmetry is perfect. I just hope eventually TradingView adds the executions and, you know, actually has the arrows and stuff where I actually got in. Because if I show a screenshot of this, people are going to be like, oh, it's hindsight. You just slapped the arrows on there and said that you would have done this, done that. But I actually tried to click the buttons. And realistically, those would have been my fills. Alright, so I'm going to have to do some magic here. So bam. So that'll be my little partial thing. Once my first partial gets hit, which again is inside of this imbalance, once we trade inside of that, then my stop will get moved to break even. ES has already traded inside of this fair value gap and completely overlapped it. That right there could be another short, another pyramid entry, and theoretically I would short one more right here. So you saw me hit the sell button with one contract, so it's 3, then it's 2, and then it's one more here. We'll keep this on the side, just save that for later, and we'll so it's on this candlestick, but the entry, I hit sell around right here, and I'll go ahead and remove the risk. Now this is hypothetical, obviously, because as you add more, your average entry price goes down, and then it's, but making the best with what I got, so that's all I can do. But here, let's get realistic, because if I'm pyramiding down here and down here, realistically your entry price, it'll get bumped down because that's your average from shorting up here and then shorting down here, average entry price about right here. And I'm not expecting us to take out this swing high, let alone trade to the high end of this SIBI. So I like my stop there, and I like my last contract as an entry. So now with this, I'll do 3 off inside of the fair value gap at the high end of it. Then I'll take off 2, and then I'll see if I can leave one more contract on still for Friday's midpoint wick. Let's draw this forward and let's borrow this inversion fair value gap. Same logic as we saw here. Want to see us get below it, use it as resistance. Do not want to see it be used as support. We've already enticed traders to go long all throughout this here. This is right off of the open, straight out the gate. So people are already chasing this, they're already long, and I'm looking for sell side as a draw. Okay, we're going to do this and we'll just do something like that. There's a lot of colors going on. again, for those who've missed it, the reason I'm on paper this morning is because I am done for the year. That's the only reason why I'm on paper. It's the only reason why I'm trading paper money as we finish out November and December. Yeah, I've checked out, clocked out on my live account. Won't be on that until January. Won't be taking any more withdrawals or anything from that account. I'll just be adding to it, but I finished my year for 2025. And then I don't have the Apex account because I requested 100% of my profits, which pretty much closes that account because I withdrew the buffer. So I took out 20,000, and I don't have the Apex account either, which is fine. Put that straight into my personal account. So just practicing on paper for the next couple months till January. And probably I'll still be on paper in January. So Discord members, the live streams, January will probably still be paper, and I probably won't trade live money until probably what ICT does the second week of February. But it really depends on how the daily chart's looking. If we have volatility and clean price action straight out of New Year's, then I'll be more enticed to want to trade with live funds. So I'll just have to see. $10 a.m. macro. And then I have 3 partials set inside this imbalance. So I'm short 6 contracts total, hypothetically. If you still find this insightful, even though you can't see the actual executions, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know. For some reason, if people just don't see dollar signs and whatever, they automatically think there's no value. Or if it's paper trading, they go somewhere else. They're like, oh, it's paper trading, I don't care. It's live data. Whether it's paper trading, whether it's funded accounts, live account, the candlesticks, you're calling it on the right hand side of the chart. So if you're still finding this insightful, even though TradingView is being buggy, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know. Because normally when this stuff happens, I just wouldn't even upload the footage, because to me it's unprofessional. Like all of the trades on my channel, you actually see the real arrows and stuff. But if you still find this invaluable, leave a like. It'll motivate me to keep posting stuff like this when things go wrong. Lets me know I'm not wasting my time or decreasing the quality on my channel. That is crazy. Trading, and there's no like, TradingView hasn't sent out like a maintenance thing like how they usually do. Like TradingView paper trading is currently under maintenance or whatever. Like there's no notification, not that I know of. It's literally just not working. Right, so talking to the Discord, partial is booked. So remember, I'm taking 3 off there right on that candlestick. This is so like, this is good improvised right here. People who don't read on Twitter are gonna be like, it's fake. Look at the arrows. Look, it's fake. Like, obviously. Not trying to act like this is real. But that's a partial. So 6 contracts, taking 3 off. I have 3 more contracts. I'm gonna take 2 off at the sell side. Stop is trailed above this swing high. So I deleted the little risk to reward tool, but my stop was at break even. I'm gonna trail it above this swing high with 3 contracts, half of my position peeled off. And the way first in, first out works is whatever your first entry was. So because my first entry was here, when I take a partial, it's not going to take a partial from these contracts. It's going to take a partial from up here. So I was short 3 contracts here. I took 3 off here. So that's about 130 points booked with a pretend 3 contracts. So if you do the math, 3 contracts, that's 60 points or $60 per point. So 60 times, what was it, 130? That would be about $7,800 in paper money. And you can see his paper. It didn't put me in the trade. You saw me hit all the buttons. You can even see all the attempts here. But is this the, let me see, 11/17? Yeah, that's today. Oh well. So stop loss. Whoops. Oh lordy. Oh my goodness. Stop loss is here. We'll just make this a nice bold line. So right at that candlestick's high, that's my stop. With a partial right at this candlestick's low, so that's nice. So I have, pretend I have 3 contracts. 3 contracts still on the table. And actually, I don't think that would be right, because if I'm short 3, took off 3, so that cancels out. My next short was inside this fair value gap with 2, and I shorted 1. This entry is about right here. So my average entry price from these 2 contracts, or these 3 contracts, would be about right here. Because I shorted here with 2, I only shorted 1 here. So I'm trying to make it as realistic as possible. We'll just put it at that swing high, plus a little lower. I'm not trying to fake anything here, because you're a break-even stop. It's not possible to be break-even above here, because I don't have any short positions left above that high, because those 3 contracts came off from up here. So my next short isn't until down here. So your stop, if your break-even, has to be at least here, and then it averages out and all that. It sounds confusing, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know. When you take partials, your average entry price goes down because later in the trade you got in lower. You gotta do it like this. So I added 3. This is how you have to do it. You don't just throw in the towel because TradingView's paper trading isn't working. I'm big on getting 1% better each day. And just because TradingView wants to act up doesn't mean I'm not going to take advantage of the opportunity to still tape read or practice. You don't have to see the real arrows and the P&L on the side to tape read this as if you were still in the trade. You can still get your practice in. So that was plus 2 contracts there. Then I added 1 more contract here. And I took 3 contracts off here. That's how we gotta do it. Part of me wants to screenshot this, share it on Twitter, and just not disclose that it's fake entries. Clearly you can tell that that's not real entries, but I'm not gonna stir up that kind of drama. So let me check on S&P and Dow. Ooh, Dow looks nasty. Wow. Man, Dow looks pretty bad. But I sent in the Discord that it's a no news Monday. The general rule of thumb, whenever it's a no news Monday, don't expect the cleanest price action. Now you'll have days where you'll catch a setup, like I saw some people on the server participating in longs, which is targeting midnight open. We talk about that a lot. Easiest bias to ever have. And there's a lot of partials with the buy side and all that. And I favor shorts, favor lower prices. So this is what I was waiting for. But generally speaking, when it's a no news Monday, you just want to be more cautious. So you can look at, here's the Dow. That doesn't look too fun to trade. S&P, it's moving. It's a little cleaner than the Dow, but I've seen better days on ES. And compared to the 3 indices, I think NASDAQ is the cleanest. But even then, it looks like I may get stopped out at break even on the other half of my position, which is nothing wrong with that. But that type of stuff tends to happen on no news Mondays. And for those who really been on the channel for a while, you've been following me for a while, you used to know I used to not trade Mondays. Mondays used to be a tape reading stream, a public stream on YouTube every Monday. But I feel like I've grown in my skill set to be able to decipher when a Monday is likely to be favorable or not. So I'll show up every Monday looking to trade, but I can sit on my hands if I need to. So there we go. That is my final stop out. So partial booked inside of the fair value gap. And my last 3 contracts would be out. Right, so it'll look something like this on TradingView. There you go. So it looks ugly, but again, if you still found this insightful somewhat, you saw me click the buttons, you saw where I was trying to get in. It's just a platform issue. I'm not trading live money because I'm done for the year, so this is all I can do today. Hopefully TradingView fixes their platform because I'm going to be on paper the rest of the year. So hopefully this isn't going to be an issue the rest of the year. It kind of messes up, you know, how I want to manage the trade, because realistically it'll average in your prices and all that. So it's just better to actually have the platform working. But if you still found this helpful, insightful, if you learned something in any way, leave a like, comment down below. And that is it. Discord members will have a deeper trade breakdown and market review later tonight. And I'll see you on the live stream tomorrow morning at 9:15. YouTube community, thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. We're almost at 25,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. 100K is on the way, slowly but surely. So grateful and appreciative for every single one of y'all. And I'll see y'all, YouTube community. See y'all when I see y'all. Discord, see y'all tomorrow morning, 9:15. All right? Peace.